Chalo. Good morning, students. As said last time, that we are going to start with our linear layout concept and the absolute layout concept into the Android Studio. So I'm sharing a screen with you. Let me know, is that visible to you? So here goes my screen to you. I hope my screen is visible to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So now, I have started my I have opened up my program, which is a plain Hello World program, right? I hope the screen is enough visible to you. And thus, I have opened up the Hello World program for you. And left side is my project window, middle side is my code window, and right side it is showing me the preview, right? Now, to start with basic layout concepts, let me again go back and tell you that what we are going to do in any of the layout program. Now, we are into the XML file, right? We are into the XML file and we are going to write our code into the XML file. So now to start with, let me explain that any of the XML file code, its structure, its overall structure is what? It always starts with any of the layout, right? Whatever is the name of the layout will come over here and then the tag would be layout tag and something attributes of layout tag, right? This tag is closed. Now this is our start tag of the layout, and then at the end we'll be having end of the tag, end of the whatever is name of, let's say if it is linear layout, for example, if it is linear layout, then I'll be saying linear over here, and then end of the linear layout, right? Then I'll be closing a tag. So XML, the overall structure of XML file is start of the tag, that is the layout tag, and then end of the layout tag, right? And then in between these two start and the end of the tag, we are going to place or we are going to write our code to create the user interface, right? So in between these two tags, we are going to write our code. Please keep this thing into mind. And now about the start of the tag, here it is the start of the tag, and the next three dots, what it mentioned, that here it goes the attributes of that particular layout, right? So here it goes the attributes of the particular layout, right? So now let us come back to the program. Now I have opened up the uh, plain hello world program, which you can see by default it gives you a constraint layout, right? Whatever in orange you can see. Now whenever I have selected the upper line into the start of the tag, the constraint layout, automatically it selects the end of the tag as well, right? Now we have to start with the linear layout, right? So let me make this layout as the linear layout. So here from whole the point, the constraint layout, I will erase this constraint layout, right? Everything is gone. Now I will type in linear layout. I'll type the capital L. Automatically it gives you a drop down where from I'll be selecting a linear layout, right? It means that I'm on correct path. As soon as I have given the linear layout over here, it has automatically taken linear layout into the close tag, right? That is the end of the tag as well. Now this is what the we have created the linear layout. Now by default, see, this is a code, that is a text view is written in between this. So start of the tag and end of the tag. Now here in between these two, one text view is being displayed, right? Here one text view is being displayed. Now I can go on adding any of the code which I want over here, right? Now, for this linear layout, a major attribute is that we need to mention the orientation of the layout, right? We need to mention the orientation of the layout. So let me mark the orientation over here, right? Let me mark the orientation here. So as I can see, orientation, so there are two types of the orientation. Either I can select the vertical orientation or I can select the horizontal orientation. So let me select the vertical orientation right now. So this is vertical orientation. It means that whatever the atoms I'm going to place on the screen, it will be placed below each other, right? It will be placed below each other. Let me check my preview that I cannot see anything on my preview. So just let me check it. Well, now into this preview window here, I'm hovering a mouse. You can see the hello world actually, which was out of the screen. Now what we have done here, it is the start of the linear layout tag. Then here it is end of the linear layout tag. And in between, I have placed one single UI component, right? This is my single component. Now similarly, as I said, I can go on placing any number of the components over here, right? Which will create the user interface. So now let me put the other component on the screen, that is about the text view. Let us change this hello world to, now already we know what is the text property of a text view is whatever we wish to display onto the screen. So let's say name, my name is say Hemlata. So this is my name, and let me add another two text view. See now these two constraint bottom, whatever are the attributes which are of no interest to me right now, right? So I have removed all of them. So now what the three attributes I have placed here. Now see, please over here observe that is, as told you, this is start of the linear tag and this is end of the linear tag. Every tag has start and end, but over here in text view tag, now this is the start of the tag, and but they have not closed this tag over here. So they have written the attributes within that bracket itself, and then it is closed over here, right? And that is why there is no separate start of text view and again then separate end of the text view. So instead of this, what they have done, start of the text view, right? And immediately over here in text view, they have written the tags and then end of the text view, right? So these two are similar. Here we write in between of this, and here immediately start of the tag and end of the tag. Anything can be done. So for in between tags, this method is preferable, and for linear the layout tags, this method is preferable because in between these two tags we need to put other tags. That is why this method is preferable, right? Now coming back here, as I said, only these three properties are attributes are there: wrap content, and the name. Right now, wrap content stands for जितना भी content हम screen पे डाल रहे हैं, so it will display only that much portion on the screen. Right. So as for example, I have written name Hemlata over here. So whatever space required to display this text, only that much space will be created and only that much view will be created on the screen, right? That is what the wrap content. So now let me clear this record, this drawing, and well, now let us add one more tag over here, which means one more view. So I'm copying this text view and let me paste this text view, right? So now you observe to the right side into the preview. Now twice it has given me the name. Now let me change it, name, then say my class is equal to say PYCO, right? And then let me again copy one more time and let me add one more text view over here. So name, class, and mobile number. Actually, it is name, age, and the mobile number, but it is okay. So the third text parameter, I'm changing it to the mobile number, right? Equal to 16968, right? So these three UI components I have placed on screen. One is my name, second is my class, and third is my mobile number. All right. So all these text views are place. Now you look at to the right side, all are placed below each other. This is because we have mentioned the orientation as vertical. Now let me mention this orientation to the other side. If I change it, then how it would look on the screen. So instead of this, again type orientation. So I select the orientation attribute and let us make it as a horizontal, right? Now you look to the right side, it is displaying all the views, that is all the text views into the horizontal line. They are not below each other. So who has made this difference? That is the orientation has made this difference. So what linear layout says, that linear layout either displays your all the components, linear layout either displays your all the components in a horizontal line or below each other. Only these two are the options. So linear layout either horizontally, आप जो भी UI component create करेंगे वो horizontally place करेगा screen पे या तो vertically place करेगा screen पे, right? So when I say horizontal, it has displayed this thing, and when I'll say vertical, it will display this way, right? So these are the only two cases. Again, let me clear all these drawings. And now let me change the orientation because this horizontal absolutely is not of use. So it is vertical. And now let us run this program, right? Now before this, let me again go back to the wrap content, right? Now wrap content, now over here to the right side, see, name Himlata has been displayed only into the space, right? Only into the space which is required for displaying that much part. Now, if instead of this, if I make it as wrap content and what other, field parent. Now field parent, the option has been C. Now if I make it field parent, now you please observe to the right side. If I say field parent, it means that it will occupy the whole screen. मतलब जो भी parent की screen है, और मैंने कहाँ पे mention किया है, width में mention किया है. I have mentioned field parent into the width. So यहाँ पे जो text view create हुआ ना, it has created text view over whole the width, right? Whereas see TYCO or जो mobile number है, it has created only on a space which is actually required for it. Now, if I make a changes to, say, let me make the same change to phone number. So what it will do? So as you can see it visibly on screen, field parent. Well, I did it for phone number. You observe, please observe the screen, field parent. See, now I have mentioned this field parent and only I have mentioned it for the width. अगर मैं height में mention करती तो वो पूरे height पे वो it would have been displayed overall on height, right? So this is what another मैंने कहाँ पे field parent mention किया है for my mobile number. So see, now mobile number has been displayed over spanning over the whole width of the parent layout. So I hope width, layout width and layout height, field parent and wrap content is clear to you, right? Now, well, now let us execute this program, making this as wrap content. Now how to execute the program on our emulator. So while executing a program, we already know that here to the right side that I have created the AVD virtual device. So my device, which I have created right now for me, right? So what is the job to do? So I need to select the my device and then run the app. Now my device was already open up here. So let me check out where it is running. I have executed it. Now let me check that my virtual device. See, at the bottom it is executing. As I said, always Gradle is building at the bottom and it is executing, but yet whole execution is not finished. So observe over here, Gradle is building. Over here, it is executing some task. It means that some task is going on and I need to wait for my emulator to show me the output. See, now my screen is running, and to the right side, can you see the simulator? I hope you guys are with me and you are listening.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, ये preview, मेरा preview जो है, ये preview is a middle line, middle window, and this is what my emulator window, right? So this is my emulator window. Let me manage this also. Right. So this is what on my emulator, my program has run. Friday program is the title of my app. Now here my name, class and mobile number. This has been displayed in a vertical fashion using the linear layout. Right. So this is my concept of linear layout, and this is a program number, experiment number 5. Right. Now, along with this, let us take one more layout, that is the absolute layout, right? Let me go back and let me execute for the absolute layout. Now, the same program will be changing it for the absolute layout. Now, let me go back and now absolute layout is the layout in which we mention the exact position of the components, UI component we wish to place, right? So let me make this as the, I'm just adjusting with this windows, right? Well, now let us make change to the layout tag. Please observe on the screen, I'm erasing this linear layout, and now I'll be typing absolute layout. So capital F, capital A. Yes, now I can see the absolute layout. Here, select the absolute layout. Well, now absolute layout has been selected. If you observe over here, absolute layout has been created, but now see, there is a strike through, मतलब इसे ऐसे रब किए जैसे strike through line है उस पे, उसके ऊपर, right? It means that it is deprecated. Deprecated मतलब वो last version में था, जो नया जो current version है, it says that it should not be used, but still it supports it, right? Otherwise उसने वो drop down में दिया नहीं रहता. So whenever there is a strike through line on some code, it means that this code belongs to the older version, and this current version do not suggest to use it, right? But still it is supporting it. Now let me clear it. Well, now we'll be writing the same program here. As it is an absolute layout, we need to erase this orientation, that is the vertical orientation, which actually belongs to linear layout. So let me erase this vertical orientation. And now, what is the speciality of the text view? Now text view wish that you need to mention the position of each and everything you wish to place onto the screen. So now if I wish to place some box or some text view on a screen, then what absolute layout says that you mention the coordinate of this point. ये कौन सा point है? If I take this something to be displayed, then the upper left corner जो है, मुझे उसके x and y coordinate पता होने चाहिए, and I need to mention the x and y coordinate of this point, right? So again, this is a trial and error method that you need to mention these exact locations, right? And for every atom, whatever you wish to display on screen, उसके exact locations आपको code में mention करने हैं. So let me change this. Now let me go over here. Now, though it is a field parent, let me make it as a wrap content, the first text view. This is what about the wrap content, right? And now what absolute layout says कि आप mention करो exact location. So I'll be mentioning the X size. See, now this is what layout X. It means that I need to mention the coordinate of the X point, right? Coordinate of X point of the upper left corner of this text view. So let's say अभी मुझे randomly mention करना पड़ेगा. If I say 200, yes, it has been shifted somewhere. Now see, it is giving you some units in between. So being a coordinate, I need to mention it as px, right? Being the coordinate, I need to mention it as px. So 200, I have mentioned the x coordinate. Similarly, I need to mention y coordinate as well. So let me make this as well 200, right? So px again, px being the coordinate value, right? So now see, observe to the right side. Due to this has been displayed. Now at this distance is 200, right? And from left side also it must be 200. In preview it is showing us this way. Now let me do the same thing, repeat the same thing for the next. Now see what is a hurdle doing in doing this thing. Again mention the x coordinate, because I cannot guess what is the exact value of a particular coordinate, right? And I just need to go on guessing by trial and error. I have mentioned the y coordinate of the second text view. I have mentioned the x coordinate. Now I have mentioned the y coordinate of the second text view. It is going too far. Let me make it 300 only. No, again it is too far. 250, right? px. Now let me do the same thing for the third text view. What do I wish to mention? I need to mention the x coordinate. So layout x. Now let us take this layout x as say 600. No, it's going out of the screen. Say, as I said, I do not know the values directly. It is wrap content only. X coordinate value has to be, let me take it as 200 only again, right? 200, and px, mention the y value. Now again, let me make this y value as 300 px. No, 300 is again going too far. But anyways, if I mention it as 250, why it is not taking the same as values? Let me take this as 300 only, right? So ultimately what I have done, see what ultimately I have done and what this absolute layout wish. Absolute layout wants you to mention x and y coordinate of whatever you wish to display. X and y coordinate of which point? This particular point, right? जो भी आपको display करना है उसका जो upper left corner है उसके x and y coordinate आपको कोड में mention करने हैं, and that is layout underscore x and layout underscore y. And what is the main hurdle of doing this thing? That you never know what is the exact position of this coordinate. Now how these numbers will play on a screen, you do not know what is 200, you do not know what would be the 300 onto the screen, and that is why it is not suggested to use, right? Now let me stop and let me run the same program on an emulator. Now you can observe that already our emulator is running. I have selected my device is name of my emulator, right? My device is name of our emulator right now. So let us run our program, select this my device and run the program. Now it is showing this rerun because my emulator is already, it has started and already it has displayed the output of Friday program. Right now I have run this program with the changes. You can observe at the bottom it is showing you the Gradle build is going on. It means अभी ये program run कर रहा है, आप wait करो, यहाँ वहाँ पे click मत करो, and wait that ये वाला जो है this is older one, right? It will now refresh and let us wait for it. Yes, it has been refreshed and it has been displayed on screen. I hope you can see this. Right? So now this is the output on my emulator. मुझे emulator पे ऐसे दिखेगा. I hope you guys can see it. Right? Because now we have mentioned the positions, X and Y position of every view we wish to place. Right? Thus we have done with the linear layout and the absolute layout. How to program and how to run it on the emulator.